Hey guys, welcome to Mrs. Crop's classroom. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about magical realism, what it is, what it isn't, and throw in some examples for you. So again, when we're talking about magical realism, we are talking about a story where the fantastical elements within the story are seamlessly woven into the real world. So in the traditional magical realism stories, what you have is you have characters that are creating fantastical things like rivers from tears, actual rivers that people are swimming in because someone is crying so much, but no one questions the fact that there are these rivers of tears. They just say, oh wow, she's really sad. So this is going to be a fantastical element where no one reacts. However, there are plenty of magical realism stories where characters are confused by the fantastical elements, such as Gabriel Marcia's very old man with enormous wings. In this story, you have an old man who is never clearly classified as an angel. However, the entire town is excited and very surprised by him, this old man with wings coming out of his back, and they do argue about whether or not he could be an angel or maybe he's not. Now, this clearly shows that it is okay for people in the story to be unaware of magical or fantastical elements and then be surprised. So again, my argument for urban fantasy being a subcategory of actual magical realism, one of the strongest features that we have in urban fantasy is where characters are unaware of the fantastical world or elements within the world around them, and then when they find out about these elements, they are surprised, but the rest of the population are relatively unshocked. So getting into some actual examples here, one very popular film in the early 2000s was Big Fish. This is a story of a normal man who navigates the world around him, and all of these fantastic events occur, like him meeting this other character who is in fact a giant. Now again, he is surprised by the giant, but no one else in the world seems to be surprised by this guy's largeness. We have Edward Scissorhands. The fact that this boy was born with scissors for hands and has to navigate through school is also not surprising to anybody in the world around them. They are only concerned with, can he be part of society because he's so different. Life of Pi. So this one is also a little blurry because it is not in the real world that these fantastic elements are happening, but rather in the story he tells. So we have a series of stories that Pi is telling to an author, and he is explaining these fantastic events that he lived through when he was shipwrecked with the tiger. Now, the story itself shows lots of magical realism as we get to see the actual movie or book take place through the memories, and all of these elements are very fantastical. We've got the carnivorous island, we've got the tiger who is chilling with him in the boat, we've got the huge amount of flying fish that swarm the boat unrealistically, and so on and so forth. Lots and lots of other magical realism elements in Life of Pi. Fantastical elements are magical realism when people do not react to them. Okay? However, that does not necessarily mean that nobody can react to them, because like I said, in A Very Old Man with Enormous Wings, people were surprised by the fact that he had wings. So here we have the mortal instruments. Okay, the fantastical elements are woven into the world of the early 2000s. Just because most people cannot see the magic or the fantastic life of angels versus demons does not necessarily discount the fact that it is in fact magical realism woven seamlessly into our world. So that brings me to Harry Potter. Now again, thank you so much, J.K. Rowling, for coming up with something so original and unique and fantastic that the English community had to be put in upheaval trying to figure out where to classify this, and also to inspire so many spin-offs of this concept that we now have to argue about a whole nother sub-genre of writing. I do love this story, but it definitely breaks all the rules. So we have the magical world. The magical world being a separate world, which is one point for urban fantasy. However, we have this world completely intermixing with the world of today. Harry Potter is a boy who grew up as a complete muggle, normal person, and then is thrown into this magical community, and he has to navigate both sides of the world. Magical realism. You also have the fact that his aunt and uncle are already aware of this magical world and find it not strange, not bizarre. It did not blow their minds to realize that magic existed. They just accepted it. That is a point towards magical realism. And then finally, we have the characters themselves who are constantly going between the magical community and the muggle world. There's no special portals. There's no special thing that divides the two worlds. They are just on top of each other, and that again is a point towards magical realism. So I hope that I helped explain some of these things a little bit. I hope that you're not hugely confused about the difference between magical realism, urban fantasy, and other genres. However, I will be coming out with some more information about how to better understand the differences between magical realism and urban fantasy. Just understand that it's still a live debate within the English community today.
Hey guys, Jessica Senesac here. Just wanted to say thank you to all of you for watching today's video. Please remember to check the description below for any links and information on upcoming videos and any other cool information we have hidden over there. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We need you so that we can keep making our videos. Thanks again for watching, guys.